picked up a couple of things that you might call gadgets off of AliExpress and Amazon, and I want to explain how they work. They're kind of fun. You can call them gadgets, whatever you want to call them. But they actually work, and they're really inexpensive. Okay, so let me go through them one by one. First of all is the AM transmitter I got from Amazon. I got it because it was the best looking one. And as you can see, you can tune it to the transmit frequency that you want. There's a line in, and there's also a power in, which I'm not using. I'm using the 4A batteries. I heard that sometimes the power blows that cap. I'm thinking that somebody just plugged it in with the polarity wrong. But just to be safe, I'll run it off the batteries. They last a long time. It really worked for me. When I did my troubleshoot, my radio, it worked fine. This is a TX180, got it from AliExpress. It's an FM transmitter. It's also an AM transmitter. Okay. But to make it actually work, I had to build an antenna because it didn't come with one for the AM. Everything else works fine. And that blue antenna you're looking at is what I had to do and make a couple of loops with it, and then it transmitted to my radio. Not as good as that little Amazon one, though. I'll make it work better. This TV-TX200 is a good TV transmitter. Actually works. Got HDMI in the back. I only transmitted blank screens so far. I'll do the actual test when I try to show you how it works. This is my favorite one, the radio signal generator. Most of all radios, they have the ham bands on them and all the way to 30 megahertz. This thing sends tones on all of them. And that's how I made sure that, for example, on my Transoceanic B600, that all the bands worked that were on that radio. I tuned this in, tuned the radio in, got a tone, I was happy. A little more work to do on the radio, but not so bad. So let me go ahead and get the testing these things out. It might take me a couple of days, but you won't know the difference. Okay? Why? It's a video. Okay, I'll make a little short about the AM transmitter I got from Amazon. I'll add this to my video later, so it'll kind of be there twice. But there it is. And the reason why I got it originally was because of my old B600 radio. And I wanted to listen to music from the old days on the old radio without doing anything like Bluetooth getting in the way. So I'm running it through a Wi-Fi streamer. I got my stuff coming in now. I'm going to turn the radio on. Obviously, that gets nothing. Turn the transmitter on.
Whatever's on his mind.
And there you go.
Can't imagine what it would be.
I can listen to old dramas and whatever I want. I think I'm going to add this to my video instead of making a new one. So, you know this thing works. It's on Amazon. Get it. Enjoy it. All right, this is a bad example, but I'm going to show you anyway. That's TV-TX200. That one I got it off of Amazon, but it's also available on AliExpress. Come back to the TVs. They're a little out of sync, but I think that's the camera doing most of that, plus the antennas being out of alignment. But the thing works. It worked a whole lot better before I try to show it to you. But that's just another device available. I'll turn the rabbit ears around and make it work right. But this camera won't sync with the TV anyway. I think it's got to do with 60 cycle hum or something like that. Okay, now I'm showing the FM TX180. It's an FM and an AM transmitter, and I kind of like it. It's got a couple of drawbacks, nothing too big to get over. So let me show you. See on the back, there's a place to put the AM antenna. It's that black wire coming out. The FM antenna, which is a telescope. A couple of inputs for different reasons, including USB, and Bluetooth connection. Right now I'm going to use the auxiliary in like I did with the other AM transmitter. Okay, you can't see it going right now because it's rolling. That's the frequency between the camera, I guess. But I have it on 92.5 FM. And here's what it sounds like coming out of my Sony radio here.
Who was unable to furnish any helpful information.
That's transmitting pretty good on FM. AM's a slightly different story. AM is kind of doing what it's got to do, but I had to put one of these antennas up, and it's got to go in a whole nother place that I don't want it to go. So you hear it changing as I move it, just like the old antennas we used to do with the TVs in the old days. So let me lower this radio. Let me get my finger out of the phone, lower the radio. Okay? And that's how it works. Right now, at the moment, that one's doing a good job, but you can't take it too far away. Okay? So I think this is still a good transmitter. I just got to get a good antenna for the AM. Well, I actually got to start this one again because I dropped the phone someplace and I can't connect this short. So what I'm looking at here is a signal generator I got from AliExpress. I really like it. I have it set for 15 megahertz at the moment, single tone of 400. Now, let me show you something else. It's powered by an 18650 battery or USB input, which I'm using now. I guess it's a model S52. If I forgot to say I got it from AliExpress, sorry about that. So right now I got it set on 15 megahertz, sending a tone. Okay. My radio over here, my Sony, my trusty Sony. Here it goes. I'm going to turn the volume up. Sending a tone. I could change the tone. Or I can even play something if I want. And I did that by doing it right there. Okay? My hands are always getting in the way when I do this on the phone. Sorry about that. So this is a good signal generator. If you're running around trying to pick up a radio, they tell you what works. This is how you can figure out inexpensively how to see if those bands actually work. Okay? And that's my favorite part. Let's do it again one more time. Send some tones. It also works on any frequency, really. Okay? So, hope you enjoyed this. That's one thing I would actually consider getting from AliExpress if you need something. It's not expensive. You carry it around with a battery in it and figure out what you're buying if it has a half a chance of survival. See you later.